Alright YouTube, I guess we're finally doing something that might be video worthy. And happy 4th of July 2015 to everybody. Yeah, this is the 4th of July. And finally, it has gone a whole day without raining for probably 2, maybe 3 weeks. Over the past 3 weeks, there may have been a day or two that I didn't get any rain. But it's been just hard to get anything done. Actually, it took me 3 attempts to get the grass cut this week. Very annoying. So nonetheless, Power Stroke hasn't seen much progress. Let's see, last week we had some storms, and there was a big cherry tree. If you can see it right there, all cut up. That thing had split in 4 different places, and there's a house 15 foot behind that fence, and I had no choice but to hook the tractor to it and take it down. That would have made a good video, the fall of it, you know, getting it to fall and getting it on video. But it all worked out good. I just was a little nervous about cutting it down. I didn't even bother to get the camera out, but it all worked out good. It fell where I wanted it to fall, got it all cut up and cleaned up, and that was last weekend. But what we're going to try to do today, the old tractor, I think for those of you who've watched any of my few videos I've made on this tractor, I've told you that the hydraulic pump is very noisy on it, and I was going to have to be doing something about it soon. Well, it's made a rattling noise for a long time, and now I'm feeling like a vibration through the whole tractor, and I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Actually, after you use it, it gets very loud. And as a matter of fact, no, that's not a crack, it's a casting slag. And the weird thing of it is, it works. Hydraulics work great, but it's just very noisy, and I think that's where my vibration. Actually, the vibration, I was concerned about maybe a throwout bearing or something else in the engine, but I'm pretty sure that it's just this pump. And I'm not going to rebuild it yet. I don't have a rebuild kit for it. And see, what I do have is I've got this old pump, and I found it on eBay. I got it for, I think, 80 bucks. I bought it like last year, I think. Supposedly it works. We're not 100% sure yet. That's really what this video is about. We're going to stick this thing on and see if it hopefully does work, and that'll buy us some time, because I don't really feel like going through a pump rebuild right now. I want to get back on this and forth my other stuff, and hopefully if this thing works better, is a little bit quieter, I can go ahead and order a rebuild kit for the original one and maybe rebuild it over the winter after this thing is hopefully, this truck here is hopefully together. But they did advertise. They didn't try to, you know, lie about anything. They said the case had been welded on. As you can see, it looks like that ear had broke off. So, but you can hear it trying to work. You can hear the plungers working. So, and this gear here looks good. So we're gonna give it a try. Actually, just from me doing that, you can feel it building up a little bit of pressure. So I'm going to go ahead and do a little video on removing this one. I think I got all my tools out, and let's just see how it all works out. Alright, here we go. We're just going to go ahead and hopefully I got my tools out, all the tools I need out, so I don't have to run back and forth, and the video will go a little smoother. First thing I'm going to do, all I got is vice grips, I don't have any channel locks, is unhook this tack. You flip this screen around to make sure you are seeing everything. And I'm going to take these vice grips and just work this tack cable off. And it's on, all it is this tack cable, these 2 bolts, and 3 bolts coming underneath of this, I guess they call it a manifold, or I don't know what they call it, fluid vein, whatever. I don't have much travel here. I probably could, as loose as it is, I could go get some needle nose and make this go a little better, but I'll just try it like this for now. One thing I do have to go get, I still have some leftover hydraulic oil, I think, to hope, and use that to prime it. I watched a video on how to prime it, and now I know why my tack isn't working. The cable is broke. Wish I'd have bought a new cable while I was doing this. We'll order that and put that on later. Alright. Go ahead. Get these two bolts off. Ooh, extension. Not much to taking them off, really. I wonder how these old bolts are going to break off. Break loose. Hopefully they don't break off. They better not. I would be aggravated. Hopefully, I've done a little bit of research on this. I've never rebuilt one or replaced one. I'm not an old Ford tractor expert. I'm a learn as I go kind of guy. But everything seems to usually work out for me. But I did do a little research on these. And they always say to inspect this gear here, which you see me turning with my finger on the other pump. Hopefully this one don't have any brakes in it, which if it's just a pump, that's no big deal, but they say usually if you got brakes in that gear, most likely your cam gear, which I guess drives this pump, could have brakes too. I hope mine doesn't do that. I don't want to replace a cam. Actually, if it is like that, I'm not pulling the cam out of this right now. It's been working as it is. We'll have to continue to use it as it has been until I have some other stuff out of the way and can do it. Maybe that's a bad idea. Okay, those are 9/16 in case you were wondering. These are 11/16. There's 3 bolts. 1 here and 2 here. And this little 3/8 ratchet right here is very handy. Got a swivel. I need to order a bunch of, or not order, or go to Sears, or I could order some. 3/8 drive swivel sockets, like I used on the Power Stroke Turbo a couple years ago. Did a video on that. I need to order a whole set like those, in standard size and metric. They're so handy for everything. Just trying to figure out where the nut went. In case you're wondering, I don't know if I mentioned it. Ouch, there's a fly biting me. Go away. Now there are 2 O-rings, one here and one here. I have some new ones. I'll show you them. And I made this gasket. Not hard to do. I did not want to order a gasket just for an experiment when I have gasket material and can make one. And I was going to do this early this morning and realized I had no Permatex. Now here I am in a hot, sweaty afternoon. It is so humid. It's not super hot, but it's just so humid because it's been raining for 3 weeks. Miserable weather. This off. Stupid fly is still after me. Okay, it's the last bolt. Not much for taking this off. Hopefully it'll come off smoothly. And if it doesn't, we'll get it off one way or another. Yep, comes right off. Here comes some hydraulic fluid. Oh yeah. Alright, there it is. Don't know how well you can see down there. Looks like. Let me dry my hands so I can grab the camera. And I'm sure the neighbors can hear me talking to the camera. They think I talk to myself. Sometimes I do. Don't give a crap if I think of it. Alright, excuse the shaking around, removing the camera from the tripod here. And the old pump. Get some play there. That's probably, ooh, that one's. I'm feeling a lot of play right there. Good news is the teeth all look good. I'm not going to turn the motor over and inspect the whole thing there. But luckily we got, I'm going to have to clean this gaskets. Luckily, get all the dirt out of the way. But like I think I forgot to mention, okay, I told you I made a gasket. Where did I put that stupid thing? Just made it out of some gasket material right there. And my gasket is around here somewhere. This is where my videos usually go. I usually end up hunting for something and not turning the camera off. Anyway, I'll find the gasket later. But I want to show you, dug up these O-rings. The old ones are right here. A little flat, probably could use them. They're still soft, but I got some brand new ones in my little cheap Harbor Freight kit. And as usual, you can't do nothing one-handed. Probably end up knocking them off on the floor. There we go. Yeah, just you get these at Harbor Freight and you get a huge assortment. So I'm going to clean that gasket surface and we're going to stick this thing on. And I'm going to show you how the video actually showed me. It was Steiner Tractors, a very, looked like mechanically intelligent young lady, did a rebuild on these. I was kind of impressed. That oil, almost need to change that oil gauge. If you remember when I did that oil change, the whole system was full of water. And probably need to change it again. Tractor's been kept indoors since, but probably wouldn't hurt to change it again. Alright, let me clean up that gasket surface and we'll bolt it back on. Alright, YouTube, just a couple things I need to show you that I ended up having to do. The pump I bought did not have this with it. Turn this around again, make sure you can see. Did not have this with it. This, hopefully you can see inside of there. I don't have any light, but there's a slot right there. This goes to your tack drive, which mine's still not going to work because I don't have, my cable is broke. But I still need to put this on just so that oil won't go everywhere. This end slides into that little slot there. Like I told you, I removed all this from my new pump. It's a 1-inch wrench. It's not super tight. And you got to kind of make sure that you can get this snug on there. I'm not going to tighten it up till I put it on the tractor. But there we go. And that went in pretty easy. And another thing I noticed, my pan here, which I had below the tractor when I removed it. I got all my bolts and washers. I know where they go. I got this little piece here. I'm not 100% sure where it goes. I'm thinking it goes here and the tack cable screws on top of it. I'm not 100% sure on that. Or I don't think this is already in my pan. I'm not really sure. So I'm going to put it in there. It can't hurt anything that I know of. Because like I said, the tack cable's broke anyway. And I did see one thing that is kind of promising on this. This right here, if you can see how much I'm moving that is actual slop. I'm not turning anything inside of the pump here. Whereas this one has none whatsoever. So that's telling me this pump is most likely in a lot better shape than that one. At least wear-wise. Let's hope it pumps fluid. We're going to find out. Like I said, we're just testing this old used pump that we took a gamble on eBay. I do that quite a bit. Most of the time, if the seller has good feedback, I've had good luck and got some good used parts for cheap. Oh, big old fireworks, and Angel is scared. Alright, we're going to put a rubber O-ring in here. I'm going to go ahead. Here's my gasket I made. Pretty easy to make. Maybe I should make a video on how to make a gasket. Most of y'all probably already know. But I just take my, if my old gasket is still in one piece, I'll just lay it down. Angel, stop bumping into the camera tripod. She's going to be right under my feet because of these fireworks. And I just draw it out, and I have a shim puncher that I knock the hose out with. I might show you that one day. And let's go ahead and quit talking about that and put some Permatex on this. Okay, I'm just going to put very, very thin bead. Some of y'all might not approve of this because it's a hydraulic. I know I am very big on not using any Permatex whatsoever on an automatic transmission pan on a car. I know that. But this here, I don't know how well this is going to seal. As long as you don't go overkill and to where when you bolt it down it squeezes up inside of here and gets all up in the system. You don't want to do that. Not a good thing. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and give it a really thin bead. Right here I'm using Ultra Black, which is supposed to be good for heavy oil sealing. So we'll see. Well, we will see. Okay. Now let's move the camera tripod again and go stick this thing on, and I'm going to show you how Steiner Tractors, I'm going to mention them again. I'm not affiliated with them, but I just want to let you know, whenever there's good input on YouTube, I really appreciate it, and if any of those people are watching, thank you. Okay, let's move the tripod. Okay, let's see if we can get this thing on without any O-ring seals falling off or gaskets. Just try to take your time, don't get in a rush. Oh, one thing I don't think I mentioned it. The studs were missed. 2 studs were missing on this pump. I took them out of my original pump. They come out real easy. One of them I could actually do with my fingers, and the others I had to put a pair of vice grips on the shoulder, and it came out real easy. And always remember, they are coarse thread in the pump and fine thread on the nut, just to let you know. Now I'm going to use those studs, and I got oil coming out of it. Pretty nasty black looking oil, so we'll see about that, how that works out. Like I said, the pump does not have nowhere near the slop in it that my original one does. It went on pretty darn smooth. Let's see. I'm missing a washer. Let's see here. Where is it? It's a lock washer for this. I don't know if it's even a lock washer. Go ahead and get that hand started. Find my washer. Hopefully it's over here and I don't get to waste a bunch of time. And as usual, I'm always missing something when I go to put something together on camera. Hang on, let me find that washer. Okay, I found a washer. Not the washer, but a washer. I know it didn't fall down in here because while the camera was off, when I was rounding all this stuff up, I did find it in the pan. I don't know where I put it after that, but it is not in here. Just in case you was wondering about that. Believe me, I wonder about that too. And now I'm looking for my 9/16 socket, which was over there and is no longer over there. Amazing how things can just there it is. I was getting ready to say, amazing how things can just walk off. But guess what? It didn't walk off. I forgot where I left it. Okay. That is not it either. Ah, here it is. There we go. Fine. Now I'm not going to tighten this down. I'm just getting these all the way down and just barely snug them. Then I'm going to put all my nuts on from the bottom that comes up through that manifold there, or whatever you want to call it. Hydraulic fluid vein or whatever. Okay. Hopefully nothing will leak on me here. The 3 flat washers came with these, in case you were wondering. It would probably make it easier on myself if I were to just put all these nuts and washers in a pan instead of trying to hold them in my hand and screw them on at the same time. But it is what it is. We do things the way we want to do it. Okay, that one don't want to screw on very easily by hand. It's just a little bit of dirt probably. Hopefully them O-rings will seal. They were pretty close to exact. Let's see. I know they were thicker than the old ones. Because I say originally they were the same diameter, but they were thicker because they weren't flattened like the old ones. See how this thing works. Hopefully it don't leak and hopefully it pumps. And I'm going to draw this down snug. Get the rest of them. Now I'm going to need an extension. Just go back to my 1/2-inch drive because I already got an extension on it. And I also need the other socket. Sorry if my head's in the way, but I gotta see too. Don't want to go too crazy tightening those. I want to strip out the threads. What do you think? I mean, how tight does it have to really be? Just enough to see it. Remember, this is aluminum, so you don't want to go crazy and risk cracking it. Okay, get my 9/16 out again. We'll go ahead and tighten that the rest of the way down. And just to make sure, maybe this is a bad idea, I'm going to go ahead and, okay, make sure everything sounded okay. I didn't turn the key on, so. Okay, just making sure there. Now, let's go ahead and put our cable on. Oh, I wish I had a new tack cable, because I do have a reasonably new tachometer on this. But I did not order a cable because I thought it was the tack itself that was broke, but my cable is broke. I don't even know where the rest of it went. But, yeah. We'll just stick that in there. I went ahead and stuck that little metal washer up in here. Like I said, I'm not 100% sure if it goes up in there or not. I'm thinking it helps seat that tack cable maybe. Like I said, I didn't see it fall out. Now, vice grips. Where did my vice grips go? Good. At least you got everything relatively close so I don't just wander off and leave the camera running looking for tools. One thing I forgot to do. I forgot to tighten that up. Get my 1-inch wrench. Right here. And we don't have to undo anything. We'll just get up in here and hopefully. There is a gasket under here. I probably should have made a new one, but I'm going to try the old one. It wasn't torn, so see how that works out. Okay, I don't want to go too crazy with that either. It's not acting. Okay, I'm not tightening it anymore. Don't feel right. Hopefully it's okay for now, and whenever we get around to putting a new tack cable on it, if something's wrong, we'll have to order something to order that piece maybe, I don't know. Fix it one way or another. Okay, I can't get it. Oh boy, I'm going to be scaring the crap out of my dog. Alright, I'm going to shut off the camera. And I'm going to get these broke loose. I need to hunt up a wrench for it. I'm going to put the dog in the house because she's scared to death. And I'm going to show you how I seen on YouTube to prime it. Hang on. Alright, I'm back. The dog did not want to stay in the house. She's going to lay on the garage floor and stare at me with a nervous look on her face, listening to the fireworks. Anyway, this is a 5/16 Allen key, or Allen wrench as you want to call it. I got this broke loose. I just used a extension. There you go, Mark, drop it in the dirt. I'm going to break that loose. I also got that broke loose. According to the video I watched on bleeding that, I shouldn't have to break it loose, but I know on my old one when it got noisy, and what was weird was I would just break it loose. Maybe it just let air out, but the noise would lessen when you remove that, and I would actually squirt some oil in it. This is the oil I'm putting in it is your Universal transmission, hydraulic fluid. You can get it from Tractor Supply. I looked it up. I did do a video on changing the fluid in it. Okay, and they say it's good enough. And she says to the person that did the video, says to fill this up. Okay, and which I have the key off, and I'm going to do this too. I'm going to just take the coil wire completely off, because you don't want it to start up, because that thing will shoot a little geyser there. She said just to turn it over until fluid comes up. Get all the air out. You see the slow Okay, I'm gonna fill it up again. I'm not sure. Try that. Okay, it's coming out. We'll leave that like it is. Now, let's go ahead and put this back on, and we're going to start it up and try it out. See what it sounds like. I can hear a clicking noise. Hopefully that's just the sound of the plungers with that being open. Hopefully this thing will pump some fluid up in it. It'll be quieter and will get me through the summer until I can rebuild a brand spanking new one using my original pump. And I've been looking it up. This is what they call a piston style pump. I don't know what they put the vane pumps on, which I think are nearly impossible to find parts for this old of a tractor. Luckily this does have the piston pump, and the kits range anywhere from $35 to $49, at least on eBay. If you want to buy a rebuilt pump, they're anywhere from $599 to $700 and something. Rebuild kits are, like I said, 40 bucks. And a lot of times if you need what they call a wobbler shaft, no, I'm not joking, there is a wobbler shaft in here. That's about $49. The price can vary, $35 to $49 depending on who's selling it. So, I'm going to go ahead and put a coil wire on it, and hopefully she'll fire right up and see what this pump sounds like. Like I said, this is kind of a gamble. This is an eBay. Oops, I had it on right the first time. This is an eBay item. Used pump. Said it worked. Let's find out if they're telling me the truth. I gotta find my tractor key, which I hope is hanging right here on the wall. Thank goodness it is. Come on, baby, start up and work for me. Look at all this. You're gonna hear a bunch of tools rattling on this here seat. Matter of fact, let's just go ahead and get those off of here so I can hear any noises in this pump if there are any. Alright, all this out of the way. Can't even see what I'm doing because it's pointed at the pump. Alright, we're in neutral. Let's choke it. try something real quick. Okay, I'm not going to take this completely out. I'm just going to break it loose and see if any air comes out of it. Hopefully. I know it's full of fluid, so. Just see. And as you can see, okay, we don't want. Okay. Let's see what happens there. Very slow. This one is slower. We're gonna run it for a while and see what happens. In case you know, wondering what that noise was, it's just my ratchet falling off. Check something out here. I know it's full. Just double checking. Like I said, that pump is slower, but okay, YouTube, I piddled around with it a little bit, and it's still slow, but it seems to be getting a little better. I'm just going to use it. The important thing is, you know what, it may have been that. I'm not sure. We'll have to try that out again. The thing was stuck up. My other noise, now the hydraulic pump noise is gone. It is quieter, so I'm going to use it even though it's slow. Maybe it'll get a little better. But the other noise I was worried about, the vibration, I figured that out. As you can see, my fan belt is off. I took it off. If you can't see it, but you can hear it, water pump. And it's a lot quieter with that unhooked. I'm not going to run it long. As you can see, I got a little bit on the warm side because I was playing around with it with that fan belt off. But as you can see, it's a lot quieter. And that's still slow. But like I said, I'm going to use it like it is. It'll be a little annoying for cutting, especially when you get a clog. I'll just have to put up with it. I'm curious to see if that pump, but you can hear, I do hear some other noise up in the engine lifters, but this pump was rattling badly, so at least we don't have to worry about ruining our original pump, which made great pressure, so it'll be a good pump to rebuild. We'll have to order a rebuild kit, and I'm not sure when I'll get around to it. But as you can see, I don't know if you could even hear that before. The vibration I was worried about, you could actually feel in the tractor is gone. So we got to put a water pump on this thing, shut it off before it gets too hot. Well, let me run that hydraulics up and down one more time. Releases good, but as you can see, it's slow. I think the more I use it, maybe it'll get better. Maybe I'll bleed it a few more times too. It is super slow. It could be just that pump is weak. Most likely it is. It's a used pump, but shut it off till we get it too hot. But we need to get a water pump on it. And here the boiling is getting a little warm there. I don't think we got it too hot though. It's not. Let's say gauge don't go farther than that. Well, let's just not start it no more. But I didn't run it that long, so it should be okay. But yeah, we got to put a water pump on it, which is a lot better than what I was worried. I was worried about that the noise was coming from somewhere else. It just, I don't know, it was just vibrating the whole tractor, and it actually felt like it could possibly have been throw-out bearing or something worse. But it's not. So I guess the next video we make on this tractor will be a water pump replacement. I'm going to order one tonight, and I guess I'm going to burn some brush. I got a big tall pile of limbs to burn right there. That'll make a nice big fire, and I'm going to light off a few little fireworks myself. Angel won't like it. And a little update on Angel. I don't know if you can see that or not. Notice a little chunk missing out of her ear. She either cornered a raccoon, but I've also been hearing a fox cry out here. She may have cornered that fox. But she, nose all skinned up. Stay still, girl. Look at me. Show everybody your nose. See them little white marks? Nose is all skinned up. She's a dog. She's got to do what she does. But anyway, that's a short update on everything, and I guess a decent little video on the tractor. I hope y'all enjoyed it. If not, oh well. We didn't really accomplish much except get the noisy pump off, and I wish this pump would work a little quicker, but we'll use it for a while and see. But we're going to put a water pump on it before. I'm not going to use it anymore till I do, because if that comes apart, it could tear up the fan, radiator, shroud, and parts are not easy to find for these. So shouldn't take long to get a water pump in, and probably by the time I'm ready to mow that field again, I should have it together. I would rather be working on a power stroke, but you got to keep your equipment going to take care of their property. Alright, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. We are getting very close to 1,000 subscribers, and I really appreciate that. Google AdSense is doing a little better for me. I mean, it's not, I'm not getting rich off of it, nobody ever does, but it helps. It's pretty much paying my phone and internet bill every month. So appreciate all your views and your likes and all that. So thanks for watching, and hopefully in a couple weeks we'll make another video.